How I became the most crazy billionaire. The story of Elon Musk in the first person. Chapter 1. Childhood, when I was considered a robot. My name is Elon Musk, and if in childhood you told my classmates that I would become a billionaire, they would laugh and perhaps beat me. I was born in South Africa, and since childhood was, let's say, a little strange. For example, at 3 years old, I fell into the pool and decided not to call for help, but to analyze how to breathe underwater. I was often beaten at school because I said like a robot, but to the questions, "How are you?" he answered with statistics about the US economy. At 10 years old, I learned to program and sold my first video game for $500. That is, while my peers drove the ball, I thought how to send people to Mars. But first, I had to escape from South Africa. Chapter 2. Emigration, 3 universities in complete ruin. I was 17 when I understood, if I want to change the world, I need to bring down to America. I flew to Canada, entered the university, and became poor. To survive, He worked as a cleaner of boilers for $18 per hour. Lived in an apartment where it was so cold that I slept in a jacket. Saved so strongly that Atlas found in the trash. Then I entered the University of Pennsylvania, studied physics and business, and at some point I realized, stop. I do not want to work for someone. I want to build a future. And then madness began. Chapter 3. The first startup. There is no money, but you hold. In 1995, my brother and I launched the first business, ZIP2. It was an internet catalog of companies, such as Google Maps, but in the Stone Age. How was it at the start? We slept right in the office. Ate one pizza per day for two. We didn't have a soul, so we ran to the gym, but not for the sake of sports, but for the sake of a free shower. But after 4 years, Zip2 exploded, and we sold it for $307 million. I got $22 million. I could retire, but no, let's do something even more crazy. Chapter 4. PayPal, how I was kicked out of my company. In 1999, I decided that the future was behind the internet banks and launched X.com. Sounds like an adult website, but it was a bank. A year later, we united with PayPal and began a revolution in payments. Everything went fine, but here my colleagues are as follows. Elon, you're too strange for CEO. But I just made your company billionaire. Yes, but you want to send money into space. And as a result, I was fired from my company. But PayPal sold eBay for $1.5 billion, and I got $180 million. It was possible to retire, but no. Now I wanted missiles, electric cars, and Mars. Chapter 5. Tesla and SpaceX. 3 missiles exploded. No money. Panic. In 2002, I founded SpaceX. Why? Because NASA does not want to send people to Mars, but I want. But it turned out that building missiles is expensive. I invested all the money in SpaceX and Tesla, a new project with electric cars, and then hell began. The first rocket exploded. The second rocket exploded. The third rocket exploded. Tesla lost millions per day. Once I looked at my account and realized, I have $0. I am ruined. I had to borrow money from friends to just pay for rent, but I did not give up. In 2008, we launched the fourth rocket. And you know what? She flew. Chapter 6. Salvation at the last moment. After that, NASA gave SpaceX a contract for $1.6 billion. Tesla received funding and has become the most expensive auto producer of the world. My companies no longer laughed. They were afraid. And now we launch Starship, build Hyperloop, develop Neuralink to connect the brain to the computer, and I still say the same thing. We will fly to Mars. the world laughs. How laughed in the 90s? How laughed in the 2000s? How laughed when 3 missiles exploded? But I already know. I will prove that I was right. Chapter 7. Elon, why did you buy Twitter? In 2022, I bought Twitter for $44 billion. People thought, he wants freedom of speech. He wants to control the world. Is he just a troll? Is it true? I wanted memes. And now Twitter, X. I fired a bunch of people, added subscriptions, and I am still not sure why I did it, but it sounds cool, right? Chapter 8. I will not stop until I die. My name is Elon Musk. I was considered strange. I was fired. I lost everything. But you know what? I don't give up. And if it seems to you that your dream is too crazy, just remember, I also started with bins. And now I'm building the future. And you?